We've all heard the expression, cleanliness is next to godliness, to which some might add, if you can't be godly, at least be clean. We've also probably met people at different times who are preoccupied with cleanliness to an extreme degree so that it becomes an obsession. Sometimes this kind of obsession can even be a sign of neurosis, as in the case of people who feel the need to wash their hands continuously, even though there is no apparent need to do so. Compulsive hand washing is a symbolic act. It represents the person's unconscious desire to be rid of some deep mental preoccupation. The process of washing expresses then the desire to escape from the dirt, to wash away the imagined threat and anxiety that the preoccupation generates. This, of course, is a dramatic symptom, but there are many other small and often unnoticed forms of compulsive behaviour, which all try to deal with anxiety and tension in a ritualised way. All of us have little rituals, in fact, by which we try and cope with tension and anxiety, down to the way we arrange our pens ever so neatly on our desk, or in insisting that we use the tube of toothpaste in a particular way. Tension and anxiety emerge for us in many ways. But of course, the ultimate source of our own anxiety is the uncertainty of life itself and the unsureness of our own worth and value. This is why this period of pandemic and lockdown is an anxious time for us. So much is no longer in our control. So much is uncertain. Religion, when it works, brings us face to face with this anxiety. But sometimes religion does the opposite. We use it not to confront our deepest anxiety, but to protect ourselves from it. The Gospel this Sunday precisely criticises this tendency in religion. Our faith cannot therefore avoid the questions. How do we know that what we are doing is right? How do we know that what we are doing is what God wants? How can we be safe? How can we avoid the ultimate question that maybe in the end there is nothing out there, even perhaps no God? Why be good? Why follow this path? Why belong to this church? In the end, there is no certainty about these questions, and we cannot avoid the anxiety generated by them. We are free, we are responsible, and therefore we are at risk. And yet it is precisely here where Jesus meets us, in our questions, not in our answers. True religion begins in hearing the deepest questions of our heart and being true to them. True religion begins in being faithful to those questions, unique and personal, and allowing them to echo against the story of Jesus. That story does not promise us safety. It promises us rather an adventure, a risky dialogue between our own questions and Jesus' own experience of a God he knows only as love. This dialogue is especially important as we confront the very significant questions in respect to the health of our planet and our attention to those who are made poor by our disrespect for creation. This is the challenge placed before us by the Australian bishops in their annual social justice statement for this year, Cry of the Earth, Cry of the Poor. The bishops have invited us to take a 7-year journey towards ecological sustainability, guided by the 7 goals of Pope Francis' letter on the environment, Laudate Si, of 2015. Response to the cry of the earth, response to the cry of the poor, ecological economics, sustainable lifestyles, ecological spirituality, ecological education, and community education and participatory action. These are big questions with no simple solution. Yet they are the kinds of questions with which our faith in the risen Lord must engage and with which it must wrestle. The dialogue of faith helps us to recognise, then, creation as an icon of the Trinity, the sacramentality of all created things, the wonder and beauty available to the contemplative eye, and the need for conversion and a change of life. As we enter this dialogue, we will be made more anxious, not less. Our anxiety, however, might become the very catalyst for real change, a change that is directly informed by our faith. In this adventure into which Jesus leads us, we will know then whether our religion is mere hand-washing or otherwise.